All right, good afternoon, everybody. We'll go ahead and get started. This is a monumental day for the police department. We're making promotions at every supervisory and command and executive level of the department, just about. These fine individuals tested well or were selected for particular reasons. I'll be able to go over a little bit about their bios and their careers, not a whole lot, but just enough for you to get an idea as to why we are excited to be promoting each of these four. We're promoting somebody to sergeant, which is a supervisory rank. That I often have said is about the most powerful position in the department when it comes to leadership, leading and directing line level staff. The deputy chiefs and I can have what we think are the greatest plans in the world, but if they are not making it happen at the supervisory level, we're not going to move the department forward in the way that we should. We also have somebody promoting to the rank of lieutenant, manager. The managers of the police department are really ensuring that our strategic goals and our plan are being implemented and responsible for leading entire shifts and watches. We're promoting someone to the level of captain, who is a commander. We have 5 divisions within the police department with a commander over each division. And of course, we're promoting somebody to the rank of deputy chief. So that's considered the seconds in command position, the executive level of the department. So we'll hear a little bit more about each of their ranks that they're promoting to. We're actually going to start with Jeremy Estarja. Give him a round of applause. Jeremy is promoting to the rank of sergeant, which is that first line supervisor position I mentioned that is so critical in moving our organization forward. Jeremy was hired by SPD as a police officer trainee on September 17th of 2001. He was appointed as a police officer on December 16th of 2001, and he's worked numerous assignments. These are patrol. He was an FTO, which is a field training officer. He was part of the mobile field force unit, the bicycle unit, and also the personnel and training unit. He has earned his intermediate and advanced post certificates, and he was named as Employee of the Month twice, on December of 2014 and January of 2018. Over the years, Jeremy has received special recognition from his supervisors, peers, other agencies for his fine service, and here are just a few highlights. Jeremy is an instructor of many disciplines and teaches with our core values in mind: integrity, professionalism, sensitivity, cooperation, innovation. He is a taser and simulator instructor, as well as a lead instructor for rapid containment baton and arrest and control tactics. He is continually exploring ways to train and motivate employees to be the best they can be. Jeremy has been a member of the Mobile Field Force for 10 years and is currently a Mobile Field Force squad leader. He continually demonstrates his control in stressful and volatile situations. He's also shown great leadership and dedication in this position and is highly respected by all. Here's a few examples of his history from his personnel file. All the good stuff only, Jeremy, trust me. There's only good stuff in Jeremy's, we all know that. While working as a bicycle officer, Jeremy and his partner were in the area of the downtown rapid transit station. A citizen witnessed them assisting a young man who was visibly overwrought and fumbling with his tie. The young man told them he had a very important interview and was extremely stressed out about it. The officers calmed him down, assisted him with tying his tie correctly, and wished him well on his interview. When the citizen questioned them about why they took the time to stop and help someone with an obvious non-police issue, they responded that they simply saw a young man who was distraught and asked how they could help him. This incident is merely one example of Jeremy's effectiveness in the area of community relations. Jeremy is very committed to making a difference in our youth community. He has volunteered for the last 3 years with the Boys Camp for at-risk youth, mentoring and teaching them about respect and responsibility. It is a partnership program with the Stockton Police Department's chaplaincy and other local organizations, which has had a huge impact on the lives they touch. So these are, again, just a few examples of Jeremy's outstanding work ethic and commitment to community. So Jeremy, on behalf of the Stockton Police Department, it is my pleasure to announce your promotion to the rank of sergeant. Congratulations.
All right, you'll have to excuse me. I'm still getting over a cough from about 3 weeks ago, so I may cough in the middle of this, and I'll try to keep it to a minimum. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm both excited and honored to be sharing the stage with these leaders today. Gentlemen, congratulations on your promotion. You've worked hard and deserve this moment. Although there have been ups and downs in my career here at the Stockton Police Department, I can honestly say that there have been significantly more ups than downs, and I have always been treated fairly by our administrations through these years. I have also been given every opportunity to succeed here. Although I don't believe success is given to you, I also don't believe that success comes solely from oneself. Success comes from a collaborative effort of those closest to you personally and professionally. So I'd like to take a moment and thank those that have gotten me to where I am today. First, my friend and retired officer, Mark McLaughlin. I don't believe he's here today. Long before we had a mentorship program here, I considered Mark as my mentor. He's taught me a lot. We've served on the ACT team for many years, and I still consider him a friend today, and he's been a great asset in my career. Sergeant John Snyder. Sergeant Snyder was my first month FTO here. He was the first impression that I got when I came here to Stockton PD. And although it was a stressful time, I've come back to realize that I learned a lot from Sergeant Snyder. We've also served on the ACT team for many years, and he has given me the opportunity to help lead that team and help me grow professionally in my career. Mobile Field Force leaders, Lieutenant Grant Bedford, Sergeant John Hernandez, Sergeant Dana Mosier, Sergeant Esteban Arrieta, and Sergeant Kenny Pham. Your leadership and promotional preparation was extremely helpful as to why I'm here today. I would also like to thank the entire Mobile Field Force team for your support and camaraderie. Being a Mobile Field Force member has provided some of the best times in my career, and I look forward to many, many more. Sergeant Dean Happel, despite not having worked around me or knowing me, you still took a chance and gave me what I believe was the biggest opportunity in my career to date. Over these past 2 years, you have been compassionate, encouraging, a teacher, not to mention you're one of the hardest working employees I know. Thank you for setting a great example, and thank you for everything you've done for me. Lieutenant Reynosa, without a doubt, you're the biggest reason I was so successful in promoting. You encouraged me to take the promotional exam. You taught me how to study. You pushed me to continue whenever I got burnt out from studying. I've quietly studied how you led the training unit, how you support the organization, how you treat your employees, and your passion for this career. More importantly, I see how you put God first, how you treat your wife and kids, and live a life of faith, and that has been more inspirational and encouraging to me than anything else. You were my boss, but I consider you a friend. Thank you. Chaplain Jesse Kenyon, thank you for all that you do for us here. Thank you for your support, your friendship, and your spiritual leadership. My parents, Pat Astarzio and Steve Astarzio, thank you for all your sacrifices while we were growing up, for providing the moral framework and integrity to do what is right, for encouraging me to pursue my dream of being a police officer, and the work ethic to do so willingly and to the best of my ability. I love you both. My kids, Brandon and Brooke, your mom and I couldn't be blessed with two better kids. You sacrifice a lot having two parents in law enforcement. But I hope that we are an inspiration to go after your dreams, and more importantly, to see the beauty in helping others. I love you both so very much. And to my wife, Jody, thank you for your support and encouragement, for being patient with me during all those hours of studying and stress. Thank you for never making our careers a competition, because clearly I lost. Instead, you've inspired me to reach my full potential. You are an inspiration to many, and you are the glue that holds our family together. Last, I'd like to thank Chief Jones and command staff. Thank you for this opportunity. I feel extremely fortunate to promote under your watch, and I will give you my best each and every day. I believe in the direction we are headed as an organization, and I will do everything I can to fulfill the mission. And to the citizens of Stockton, I am living my childhood dream. I grew up in Stockton and am blessed to serve the community I was born and raised in. I pledge to you that I will strive to be the best I can be and to encourage the officers I will supervise to be the best they can be. Thank you.
Congratulations once again, Sergeant Astarzio. Next, we have Bradley Burrell, if you can come over a little closer. Let's give him a round of applause, please. Brad is promoting to the rank of lieutenant. I mentioned that as a manager's position. So really at this level in the organization, he will be instrumental in leading and influencing our young department. It's an exciting time to be part of the supervisory management part of the Stockton Police Department. We're moving into new territories. We've emerged from bankruptcy. We're moving forward, and a lot of great things are happening. And you're going to be such a valuable addition to the management team. So I now get to talk a little bit about Brad's career. Brad was hired by Stockton PD as a trainee on June 26th of 2006, promoting to police officer on December 22nd of 2006. He was promoted to sergeant on July 5th, 2014. Brad has held quite a number of assignments, and here they are. He's worked in patrol. He's been part of the investigations division under crimes against sexual assault, domestic violence, and robbery homicide. He's also worked in personnel and training. He's been critical for the Wellness Network and peer support teams, the recruiting team. He's also been part of the crisis negotiations team, the emergency services unit, the critical incident investigations team, and the honor guard. He's also earned his intermediate, advanced, and supervisory post certificates. Over the years, Brad has received special recognition from his supervisors, peers, and other agencies, and here are just a few highlights. Brad earned a Departmental Recognition Award for his work on the following incident. On July 23, 2016, a sergeant was alone in her car in Oakland after a collision occurred when a suspect threatened to shoot her and take her gun. He fired his gun repeatedly but was only able to fire one round, narrowly missing the sergeant. Through the joint efforts of several law enforcement agencies, the suspect was identified shortly after the shooting, and officers located him in a residence in Stockton, where 3 children were being held hostage. The suspect advised officers he would not release the children and he would not surrender. After nearly 3 hours and more than 100 phone calls, the suspect released the first child. The second child was released after several dozen more phone calls, and approximately 7 hours later, the suspect was taken into custody and the third hostage was released. This outcome was due to the stellar negotiation skills and teamwork by all involved officers, including Brad. They were able to bring about a safe and peaceful resolution to this volatile situation. And on August 31st, 2011, a 23-year-old female was shot 5 times and left in a cornfield. Following a lengthy investigation, the suspect was subsequently sentenced to life without parole for first-degree murder with special circumstances. This case was ultimately solved through the combination of the use of technology, multi-agency cooperation, including the FBI, and the Department of Justice, among others, and the steadfast persistence of then-Detective Burrell, who was the lead investigator. And this is totally fine. Family happens. So this is about you and your family. So please don't let that be a problem at all. It's not. As a result of his work on this case, Brad received the 2014 Institute of Criminal Investigations Investigative Excellence Award. The award recipient was chosen based on the following criteria: innovative investigative efforts, investigative techniques and tenacity, sophistication of the crime, demonstration of leadership, and use of technology during the investigation. Brad is an excellent role model to his subordinates and his peers. He is direct and to the point and does not hesitate to share his thoughts and constructive debriefs of incidents that occur on a daily basis. If an issue arises, he takes immediate action to correct the problem with viable solutions that motivate and encourage officers to perform better and excel in their assignments. So Brad, on the behalf of the Stockton Police Department, it is my pleasure to announce your promotion to the rank of lieutenant. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Sorry for the interruption. Like all of us, we studied a lot to get to where we are today. I evidently missed kind of the rule book about what happens when family kind of runs up and interrupts the chief. So my apologies. First, Chief, thank you very much for entrusting me with this awesome responsibility. I very, very sincerely appreciate it, and my commitment to you, to our department, and to our community is to do the very, very best that I can every single day. Also, congratulations to Deputy Chief Kraska, Captain Rose, and Sergeant Starziow. To share this day with the three of you is truly an honor. You know, over the course of my career, it has been plain to see each and every day that the men and women of the Stockton Police Department are truly the very best in the business. And I am so incredibly proud to wear the same badge and the same patch as you. Thank you for allowing me to stand by your side. As I look around this room today and I see so many familiar faces, I'm reminded of how many of you have been friends to me, have been mentors to me, have been teachers to me. How many of you have encouraged me and challenged me in all the best ways? There are far too many of you to name individually in the short time that I have, but I am truly, truly forever indebted to each of you. And my sincere hope is that I can inspire you as you have inspired me and lead you as you have led me. To my friends and family that are here today, I cannot thank you enough for being here. I know many of you traveled a long way to be here today and took a great deal of time out of your very busy schedules to celebrate this occasion with us. Thank you very much. I really, really, really sincerely appreciate you being here. You all make me want to be the very best person I can be every single day, especially my parents. To say thank you seems so woefully inadequate. You guys have taught me and have molded me and have led me and guided me every day of my life, and I'm so appreciative of all that you've done for me. I love you and thank you. You know, it's no secret that police work can be very challenging, particularly so in this city. It's also no secret that being a police family can be equally as challenging, though very different. And this is especially true for the spouses and the children of police officers. I know this certainly to be true in my family. You know, from the very beginning of my career, going through the police academy, to being a young patrol officer working graveyard, to working as a detective, and, you know, all through everything that I have done here. There's one person that has been with me by my side through all of that. This person has demonstrated more grace and more patience than I thought was humanly possible. That's my wife, Kristen. Thank you. I love you, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all that you do for me and for our family. To my three kids, Aiden, Olivia, and the chair pusher, AJ. You three are my why. You three are the reason that I work as hard as I do every single day. I love you, and I'm so, so lucky to be your dad. And as an aside, my son Aiden has more talent, more intelligence, and more tenacity in his little finger than I will ever have. Keep an eye on him because he is on his way to doing big things. My youngest son, AJ, maybe he's going to be in the circus. I'm not quite sure where he's going. I love you. Again, I'm really, really excited about the challenges that await me, and I am incredibly excited to share the passion that I have for this profession and for this department with the men and women here. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Lieutenant Burrell. Next, we have Ivan Rose, if you can come over. Ivan is promoting to the rank of captain, which, as I mentioned earlier, there are just a handful of divisions in the police department, and he will be overseeing one of those very, very important divisions. And you will be in the patrol division. So that's really the backbone of police work is patrol. So we're happy to have Ivan there. A lot of experience on from a tactical standpoint, but also a community engagement standpoint. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Ivan's career, and then we'll have him also have his badge pinned on, and then some words from Ivan. Ivan was hired by SPD as a police officer on March 16th of 1995. He was promoted to sergeant on July 18th of 2003, and then lieutenant on August 25th of 2011. Ivan has held the following assignments: patrol, field training officer. He was the SWAT commander, also an operator. He was in investigations on the Gang Street Enforcement Team as well as the ceasefire unit. He was the administrative sergeant. He worked in personnel and training. He also worked in strategic operations and special operations. He has his intermediate, advanced, supervisory, and management post certificates. Over the years, Ivan has received special recognition also from his supervisors, peers, and other agencies, and here again are just a few examples of Ivan's career. In 2016, he received a departmental recognition award for his work as a member of the team which devoted countless hours to the development of the 3-year strategic plan to guide the police department through the upcoming years. In an article written in the Stockton Record about the strategic plan, the author gave high praise to the plan, noting, quote, "It's a clear sign that the department's priorities are firmly aligned with those of the vast majority of Stocktonians." In 2016, Lieutenant Rose was involved in a hostage incident with the barricaded suspect. As SWAT commander, he responded to the scene and was patient and professional toward this highly volatile suspect, eventually leading the team to apprehend the suspect without using force. Lieutenant Rose exemplified what is expected of a SWAT commander. He brought the incident to a peaceful conclusion through his leadership and oversight. While managing the personnel and training section, Lieutenant Rose was instrumental in developing a hiring plan to meet Measure A hiring goals, and he oversaw the background investigations of new hires. He also managed volunteer programs and workers' compensation claims for the police department's employees. While working in the Strategic Operations Division, Ivan managed the Blitz team and the Blitz program, which worked closely with members of Neighborhood Services Section as well as personnel from the Community Services Department, and he developed good working relationships with staff from various departments of the city. He also worked closely with community organizations which participated in various areas of the betterment teams. He demonstrated his skill in this area, working in close partnership with community members, following the principles of procedural justice. He also managed the rifle program, the neighborhood and business watch programs, the school resource officer program, the mental health liaison program, and the crime-free multi-housing program. Ivan does an excellent job overseeing the ceasefire unit. During the last several months, he successfully led an in-depth gang investigation, resulting in the arrest of close to 20 violent gang members. He continues to support the ceasefire model and work efficiently and effectively to utilize resources both from within the police department and also from outside with partner agencies. Ivan, on behalf of the Stockton Police Department, it's my pleasure to promote you to the rank of captain. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. First I'd like to start off by also congratulating Jeremy, Brad, and Jim. I know this is an exciting day for them as it is for me. coming into today, times like this kind of make you reflect on your career and the things going on around you. And I've certainly recently done that. And one of the things that during that time, I thought about certain people and certain things in my life that have kind of brought me to where I am today. One of those things, of course, is my family. So today here is my mom, Karen, my wife, Van, and my youngest daughter, Maddie. And I would like to certainly thank them for being here, but also for everything that they do for me all the time. I am pretty much unencumbered to come here and do whatever needs to be done because I don't worry about what happens at home because they are so squared away and so loving and caring and smart, and they do so much that I have to do very little, to be honest with you. Okay? My mom certainly laid the foundation for who I am growing up, taught me things, most importantly, things like being honest, working hard, patriotism, caring for other people. So thank you for that. Pretty young in life, I met my wife, Van, and she continued to raise me after that and make sure that I stay squared away. That's pretty much how it works, actually. Okay? And certainly thank you all for being here and supporting us today. There's many people here I don't know. I'm assuming family and friends of the others promoting today. Some of you I certainly have met in the past. And as far as members of this department, I put a lot of thought into that. And there certainly are some certain people who have been very strong influences on me throughout my career. But I have to say this. I've worked in a lot of different assignments over the years, and I've worked in almost every rank now in pretty much every division. And the one thing that I have found to be true is that no matter where I work, the people that work there are smart and competent and caring, and they're courageous, and they do the right thing. And they put themselves in a tremendous amount of danger sometimes for people in this community. And so it humbles me that I'm working here with these people. And it certainly humbles me that I'm allowed to be in this leadership position. So Chief, thank you very much for promoting me. And thank you all for coming here today to enjoy this with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Rose. So next we have Jim Carrasca promoting to Deputy Chief. Let's give him a round of applause, please. There are two Deputy Chiefs positions in the police department. We have no Assistant Chiefs, so there are just three of us in the Chief's office. Deputy Chief Trevor Womack, over here to my right, is here also today. Jim will be joining the rank of Deputy Chief with Trevor Womack. And to be elevated to the position of Deputy Chief is really about the credibility, the legitimacy that he can bring to the executive office, and the poise that he brings for such an important role. Should I not be here for some reason and we have a critical incident and Deputy Chief Womack not here, he will stand in for the police chief. So it's a very important role. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Jim's career. Jim was hired by Stockton Police Department as a police officer on March 17th of 1997. He promoted to sergeant on December 19th, 2006, and lieutenant on March 16th, 2012, and then to captain on March 17th of 2017. He held the following assignments: patrol. He was in investigations on the Gang Street Enforcement Team, Special Investigations, the Vice Criminal Intelligence Unit. He was a watch commander, a community response team commander, a critical incident investigations commander, traffic section commander, investigations division commander, and chief of staff. Jim has earned his intermediate, advanced, supervisory, and management post certificates. Over the years, Jim has received special recognition from others, and here are just a few highlights. The Chief of Staff position was created in late 2015 and implemented January 2016. As the first lieutenant assigned to this key departmental position, Jim did a fantastic job of taking responsibility to fully develop the duties of the role. The role of Chief of Staff includes management oversight of the Press Information Officer, the National Initiative for Building Community Trust and Justice, the Community Advisory Board, the Police Foundation, and administrative staff work completed in support of the Chief's Office. Jim worked tirelessly to establish a solid foundation for the position and proved the long overdue need for this role. In July 2012, another incident here, officers were in pursuit of a vehicle involved in 2 shootings. During the vehicle chase, officers used legal intervention on 2 occasions, and the suspects fired at the officers. During the attempted arrest, multiple officers engaged multiple suspects in gun battles. I don't normally smile when I'm talking about gun battles, resulting in 1 suspect being killed and 2 others shot. Lieutenant Carrasco was tasked with managing not only an officer-involved shooting, but one in which there were 3 separate crime scenes, a block search with an armed suspect and a possible barricaded suspect. Lieutenant Carrasco made the proper decision to activate SWAT due to the violent nature of the suspect, and he used patrol resources to secure a large block. His management of the scene and the actions of those working with him led to the arrest of the suspects as well as the recovery of 5 firearms. Another incident, July 2009, Jim worked with members of the FBI and Vice Intelligence Unit on a case involving a terrorist investigation. Special Agent in Charge, Todd Aranaga, presented then Sergeant Carrasco with a certificate of appreciation for his work on the case, which subsequently grew to have international ties. And one more incident. On October 22nd, 2008, then Sergeant Carrasco responded to a homicide scene where the victim was shot during a robbery in his own front yard. The victim's wife and children were inside the residence, still asleep. Jim quickly took charge of the scene, deploying resources where needed, and obtained information as quickly as possible to keep command staff and detectives informed. He maintained the integrity of the scene and deployed officers in order to obtain valuable information for the critical investigation. The investigation later led detectives to the arrest of 3 individuals that same day. The case could have been potentially treated as a special circumstances case leading to the death penalty. Jim's leadership and supervision at the onset of the investigation were instrumental in the preparation of a successful case against these individuals. Again, just a few examples of Jim's great work. So it is my pleasure to announce your promotion to the rank of Deputy Chief. Congratulations, Jim.
I used a straw last time. My daughter dropped it right in, but my wife said she didn't need it, so apparently not. I'll be brief. I just want to first thank my family for all they've done. Unlike the rest of the families, they're running about 80% positive on their feedback, but I appreciate it. I'd also like to thank everyone that I've worked with here at the department. There's a lot of people, sworn and civilian, current and retired annuitants that have come back, a lot of folks that have helped me over the years, so I appreciate that. But today I'd really like to thank Chief Jones for this opportunity. I appreciate what you've done, how you've mentored me, and how you helped me. I look forward to leading us and helping you move forward, especially with the support of this department as we help each other and we also help the community. So it's a positive time for me, and I'm very excited about it. Thank you.